Coming up this week on Talk with Audrey, champion chocolatier Juan Gutierrez has some summer must-have cocktail kits to shake up your at-home date night experience. Travel expert Brian Kelly, founder of The Points Guy, has some simple tips to help you save money while traveling. Dentist Dr. Karent, host of BeLatina and former star of The Real Housewives of Miami Season 2, shares her 3 essential tips for a healthy summer smile. And HIV advocates and Positively Fearless campaign ambassadors Danielle Garza and Kamari Laffey join me to talk about their journeys and living with HIV. It's all coming up this week on Talk with Audrey. Insightful, intelligent, and inspiring conversations and information to help you improve the quality of your life. I'll be right back after this. Hi there, I'm Audrey Adams. Do you want to live a better, healthier, and more financially secure life? If so, then Talk with Audrey is for you. I talk to experts from a variety of fields. We'll talk about your financial life. We also delve into health and aging, and of course, business. You can get the benefit of all these interviews and so much more. Just watch Talk with Audrey right here. And if you need more information, either about me or the show, visit my website, talkwithaudrey.com. Tell your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, everyone you know to join you in this pursuit of a better life. Watch Talk with Audrey. This is Talk with Audrey. Welcome back. Well, planning a date night can be challenging, especially after having spent so much time indoors these last couple of years. But what if date night could be remixed in new ways to connect at home? Well, my guest today is champion chocolatier Juan Gutierrez, and we're going to talk about some date night inspiration, his hot new chocolate truffles, and some summer must-have cocktail recipes, and how cocktail kits can shake up your at-home experience. Hi, Juan.
Hello, how are you, Audrey?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. So where do we start to shake up our relationships with an at-home date night experience?
Oh, of course. So right now I am pairing it up with Altos Tequila to create a really fun experience for you to do at home. And what better way to shake things up than just playing and just having fun with chocolate and tequila. Right now, we're gonna have this really fun class where we're gonna teach 3 different chocolate truffles. They're all paired up with tequila to really spice things up and just to make them more fun. And then besides that, you can also create this really delicious cocktail, which is the Paloma, which is a really traditional, famous cocktail in Mexico.
So preparing the chocolate truffles is a really sensual experience. And of course, I guess when you add a little tequila to that, you got a lot going on there. So talk to us about the chocolate truffles one.
Of course. So with Altos Juntos, you can go to altosjuntos.teachable.com. There you're gonna be able to find our chocolate class, and you're gonna be 30 minutes with me, having a lot of fun, enjoying, laughing, and just more than that, just creating those beautiful moments with your partner, with your friends, and then just creating chocolates, having fun, making a mess, just that's what this is about, like just creating those moments that you're gonna be talking and laughing day by day by day. And what better way that this is the best part, Altos Juntos means altos together. And what better way to enjoy that than with someone else while you drink an amazing cocktail mixed with our Altos Tequila Plata.
All right, so we get to make the chocolates ourselves. Are they going to look as good as your truffles?
Oh, I mean, I hope so, but it doesn't matter. That is the goal there. Just have fun, enjoy, make a mess, just make a mess, have fun, drink some nice cocktail with your partner, have fun creating. You're gonna get on the kit, you will get your tequila bottle with your cocktail kit, which is so much easier. You don't have to worry about anything. You just mix, pour, mix, and then that's it. And then you just go and enjoy your cocktail while you make a really fun class with chocolate.
And of course, you could even have some friends over for chocolate and tequila.
Yes, you can do that. Yeah, you can have friends over. Like, this is so fun to do it with friends, to do it even with like after work, coworkers. Let's go and have a nice chocolate class. Let's go and have some fun at home. Like, this is for everyone. The idea is that's what this Altos Juntos, because it's Altos together, to create those memories with everyone, to people around you, that you'll stay with us, we stay with you together for a long time.
And that cocktail kit, it's going to last for a while too, so you've got a lot of experiences to look forward to.
Yeah, it will be fun. It will be really cool. You can get it at altosjuntos.teachable.com. You're gonna get all the information there, but also it's available through the Reserve Bar. And You come with everything that you need to make your cocktail. And the next thing is just be ready to have fun and have the time of your life.
Juan, what kinds of truffles do you have in front of you?
So right now I have 3 truffles. I have one that is my favorite, which is the spice truffle. This one has a little bit of spice in it, so you just kick it up a little bit. And when you drink spice with tequila, it just really amplifies the flavor of the tequila, which is absolutely incredible. Then we have a coconut with caramel, and then we have a lime salt, which is kind of like inspired on the margarita.
All right. Well, tell you what, I'm a tequila girl, but I hadn't thought about truffles, Juan. Thank you so much. Where can we go again to sign up for our at-home date night experience?
Yeah, you can go to altosjuntos.teachable.com, and then you can sign for the chocolate class right there. And also there's gonna be the information to where to purchase your cocktail kit, but you can also get it through Reserve Bar as well.
All right, and a quick reminder to everyone to drink responsibly. Thank you, Juan. Thank you. Really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Audrey.
And I'll be right back after this short break. This is Talk with Audrey. Welcome back. So, are you ready to get out this summer but concerned about the rising travel cost? Travel expert Brian Kelly, founder of The Points Guy, has some simple tips to help you save, whether you're hitting the road or flying abroad, with some savvy ways to beat summer travel inflation. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing well, but yeah, inflation is a huge concern for travelers, and we're seeing sharp increases across the board.
Indeed it is. So now that people are feeling more comfortable traveling, what tips do you have for those folks who are concerned about inflation?
Yeah, so you can still get good travel deals. I recommend being as flexible as possible. I use Google Flights to search for cheap airfare. And what it allows you to do too, if you're not set on a destination, you can put your home airport in and you click the Explore map, and it'll actually show you over certain dates where you can go for the cheapest prices. So especially if you're a family and if you're saving $100 or $200 per ticket, it allows you to spend more where you're at your destination. So try to travel on off-peak days and sniff out those cheap fares.
Right, so don't be concerned with sticking to a date, but be flexible to get the best rates. Well, so there's another thing that comes into play, especially with all of us on mobile phones, and that would be our mobile coverage plan. So how can we save when we're abroad and, you have to use your phone?
Oh yeah, I just got back from a wonderful trip to Europe, and you really need to be concerned about roaming. A lot of my friends have plans where it's $10, $20 a day, and that can be a nasty bill that you get when you come home. T-Mobile customers, however, get free international roaming in over 200 countries, and it's automatic. You don't need to get off the plane or call or do anything. You get immediate connectivity, and that's really important these days because airports are packed. Say you're missing your bags, you're trying to get the kids in an Uber to the hotel. You need connectivity and reliable connectivity at that. And also, it's not just on the ground. T-Mobile customers get free in-flight Wi-Fi on American, Alaska, and Delta, soon to be United later this year. And that matters because, we all have had missing connecting flights. When you're in flight, use that free connectivity to check on the status of your connecting flight. And if you think you're gonna miss it, what you can do is DM the airline and get rebooked on the next flight. And you can snag that ticket while you're still in the air. And that matters these days because planes are full. So these days, you've got to be a proactive traveler, and you need the tools in your toolkit, like connectivity, in order to do that.
And without that phone, you're stuck.
It's not a good position. Travel can be stressful, and if you don't have connectivity, or, a lot of people, too, will have their COVID cards saved on their phone, and if you don't have connectivity, I know a lot of people who have panicked, trying to get hotel information, but their email's not loaded, so T-Mobile takes all of that stress away.
Yeah, and it's also great that you can use the phone without worrying about roaming charges and not having to make that extra effort to turn it off and possibly incurring a huge bill. What about other trends you're seeing now that people are traveling again? Where are people going?
Yeah, a big trend is people are still going to be hitting the road. Gas prices have started to subside a little bit, but they're still crazy expensive compared to last year. So I use an app called Gas Buddy, which will help sniff out the cheapest gas in your area. And on road trips, that can really pay off waiting to cross state lines. A cool new factor for T-Mobile customers is that you can get 25 cents off per gallon through Labor Day with Shell. And that's pretty awesome. That also works with family lines. Each family member with the line gets that discount. It's a great way to save. And they also get a free year of AAA. And AAA discounts can save you tons of money, give you that, roadside assistance in case something goes wrong. And, also flexibility. A lot of the AAA rates at hotels give late cancellation. So you can travel this summer, you can save money, but you just have to be prepared and be proactive as possible this summer.
Absolutely. So do you recommend booking with cash or points and miles if you have them?
Well, look, if you've got points and miles, absolutely use them. Over time, just like we're seeing airfares rise, the airlines are also increasing the amount of miles for a ticket. So maybe 10 years ago when you got 25,000 miles to go cross country, we're now seeing 60, 70,000 miles. So use it, use your miles, because they also will give you flexibility. What I do sometimes is if I really have to get somewhere, I'll have a backup reservation on another airline later in the day. So if my first flight's canceled, I can take that second flight. And if my first flight goes out, I can cancel and get all my miles and taxes and fees back up until departure. So most people don't realize when you use points, it gives you that added flexibility. Just remember to cancel your ticket or else you'll lose all those points if you forget.
Right. Wow. Wonderful tip. What else should we know, Brian?
Okay, big issue this summer, missing baggage. We've seen scenes at Heathrow, 15,000 bags unchecked. So if you're going to check a bag, build in as big of a layover as possible to help the airline transfer it. If you've got a 45-minute layover, good luck. Also, I put Apple AirTags. They're tiny, little button-sized thing. You put it in your suitcase, and it'll track your bag through the airport. You'll actually be able to see if it's on your plane. And I've had some of my followers be able to say, hey, the bag's still in the airport, and ask the front, the gate agent to call baggage to bring their bag. So knowledge is power. And the airlines, if they lose your bag, they don't know where it is, you can show them, and that can be the difference between getting and finding your lost bag and not. So a very good investment.
Absolutely. Wow, that's a great idea. It's a fabulous idea, Brian. Well, thanks so much for all the tips. Where can we go for some information?
So for more information on all these awesome new T-Mobile perks, go to T-Mobile.com. And if you want to follow my fun travels around the world, you can follow me on Instagram at Brian Kelly.
Really appreciate you joining me, Brian. Safe travels.
Thanks for having me. Safe travels.
And I'll be right back. Welcome back. This summer, the most essential and attractive accessory you'll need is a radiant smile. Dentist Dr. Karent Sierra, host of BeLatina and former star of The Real Housewives of Miami Season 2, knows firsthand the importance of clean teeth and an oral health routine, and she joins me now with her 3 essential tips for a healthy summer smile and a routine that anyone can follow at home. Welcome, Dr. Sierra.
Hi, thank you, Audrey. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here and to give you all these wonderful tips of how to keep a healthy and beautiful smile.
Indeed, and a healthy smile is important to everyone, but why is it so important to you personally, Dr. Sierra?
Well, as you can imagine, as a dentist, that is the first and probably only thing that I always see when I meet someone, is noticing a beautiful, healthy smile or a smile that needs a little bit of help with their at-home care routine. And it's interesting because, especially now in the summer, we start changing things up, going a little bit detouring from our routine. So we're eating healthy, we're exercising, but we can't forget the importance of maintaining a good oral health. And recently, I just learned from Listerine that it shows how effective Listerine Cool Mint antiseptic mouthwash can be. I'm excited to share with you and everybody how to improve our oral health care by just swishing a couple of times a day.
Ah, so brushing and swishing a few times a day is key.
Yes, swishing with Listerine mouthwash is essential. All it takes is 30 seconds twice a day, in addition to killing germs that cause the bad breath, the plaque, the gingivitis. Research now shows that Listerine Cool Mint antiseptic mouthwash destroys and kills 5 times more plaque above the gum line than just flossing alone. So imagine the huge difference that swishing with Listerine actually makes.
So it helps to kill the germs that can create the bacteria that can cause problems.
Absolutely. And What people don't realize is that they downplay the importance of our oral health care. They just think, oh, it's just gum disease. It's just, and it's not. It's extremely important to make note of it and to be on top of it. And if the bacteria in the mouth isn't cleaned correctly, it can actually lead to a variety of oral health problems, a lot of other diseases. But the good news is that all these diseases are preventable. These are all issues that are preventable if you follow this perfect trio, like I like to call it, which is brushing, flossing, and obviously rinsing with Listerine. Remember, the brushing and flossing alone will remove all the plaque from the surfaces that you see. But the Listerine Coolment antiseptic mouthwash destroys 5 times more plaque above the gum line than floss, and using all three, it will always maintain much, much healthier smile.
What are some misconceptions that people have about oral health?
The misconception is that their oral health care isn't important. It's not like heart disease or any other type of disease in the body, and that is so not true. Everything is correlated. Everything is one big body. So we need to give importance, especially to what we eat, and obviously after the brushing, the flossing, and the rinsing with Listerine Coolment antiseptic mouthwash.
Dr. Sierra, you also have a passion for helping people. You're the founder of a nonprofit that provides dental services to communities around the world called the Sharing Smiles Foundation. Tell us about the foundation and why this mission is so very important to you.
Thank you for that. Yes, I started in 2009, like I said, Sharing Smiles, and I try to instill on all my patients and my loved ones the importance of oral health care. But unfortunately, in many countries around the world, that be it India, Africa, we've been to Guatemala, Nicaragua, Colombia, and many other countries, we try to educate the patients there because the lack of education, lack of resources does not allow them to maintain a healthy smile. So I think that through those visits, through being able to talk to them one-on-one, hopefully they take it back to their tribes or their neighborhoods from where they're at, and they can instill a little bit much better oral hygiene. And we always give them some Listerine. And obviously these are people that live in mountains or live in other areas that are very remote, so they don't have access to it. So at least giving them some of the resources, like a good toothbrush, a good floss, so that they have toothpaste and some Listerine, will help them to at least start creating healthy habits.
All right, so the most important things are brushing, flossing, and of course rinsing with a good mouthwash like Listerine. So where can we go for some more information?
You can definitely visit Listerine.com and you'll get a lot of healthy tips of how to maintain oral hygiene.
Terrific. Dr. Karent Sierra has been my guest, and we've been talking about good oral hygiene. Thank you so much for joining me, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
There's more to come on Talk with Audrey. I'll be right back. You're watching Talk with Audrey. Despite advances in treatment and the widespread distribution of antiviral drugs, the number of people contracting HIV is still alarmingly high. Joining me to talk about their journeys living with HIV and why it's important to take control and have brave talks with those around you, HIV advocates and Positively Fearless campaign ambassadors, Daniel Garza and Kumari Laffey. Welcome.
Good morning.
Well, let me start with you, Daniel. Tell me about your journey and some of the challenging aspects that you faced when it comes to having conversations with loved ones, members of your community, and healthcare providers about HIV.
Sure. First of all, thank you for the invitation. On behalf of Positively Fearless and Jensen Pharmaceuticals, we're happy to be here. My journey started in September of 2000 when I was diagnosed, and my parents and one of my sisters was in the room with me. So one of the benefits was that they were able to be informed when I was. The downfall was that I didn't have all the information or all the answers to give them, especially in the Latino community. One of the hardest things within our community is the social norms, the culture, and the religion, which feeds into the stigma, the silence, and the shame associated with HIV and AIDS. So for me personally, not having all the information that I needed to have as a young man about sex and sexuality to be able to protect myself, I think a lot of people in my community, even 40 years after the first diagnosis, we're still fighting that.
What does living positively fearless mean to you?
For me, being positively fearless means that I can take my my experiences, my wisdom, my knowledge, and shared it with other people in my community. And the benefit of being bilingual is I can share it in both languages. So letting people know that I am no longer HIV positive person, but I'm a person that's living with HIV. I can survive, thrive. I can still have my dreams and my goals. And at 51 years old, still live my best life possible.
Kamaria, tell us about your journey with HIV.
It's been a path of like learning how to advocate for myself and learning how to be that voice for myself that I didn't have before. I didn't know I had it, and operating in intention, knowing that I come first and that whatever my desired outcome is for my health should be a priority with my healthcare provider, my family, my friends. So having those fearless conversations start with me, and being able to show up for myself and know that that I'm providing the people that are supporting me with the right tools on how to do that best.
And what barriers have you seen in the African American community when it comes to being open about HIV and talking about it?
Some of the barriers are, outdated mindsets and stigma and challenges around how to have those conversations. And I believe that spirituality or religion can be a hindrance to that, a part of how we operate in disciplining or raising children by shielding them from certain conversations that can be designed to protect them and help equip them with the right tools aren't uplifted as much, especially when I was coming up. So I consider that and some of those to be barriers. In my household, it was don't talk about it and it won't happen. And that wasn't the case, because then when it happened to me, it became everybody's business. I made it everyone's business in my family to have the conversation about HIV by being public about my status, by answering questions and putting myself in position to be asked hard questions and deal with the tough conversations. So they've been barriers, but they've also been examples of living beyond the diagnosis.
And living beyond the diagnosis also means that you're both taking medications that help to keep the viral load down. Do you notice any side effects, and what would you recommend to people who've been diagnosed with HIV when it comes to seeking help?
Yeah. So for people that are seeking help, you can find your community if you're newly diagnosed or have been living with HIV for a while. If you haven't heard of the news around undetectable equals untransmittable, which is related to viral suppression, it's taking your antiretroviral treatments every day as prescribed, and that ends up lowering the virus replicating in your body, and you can't transmit HIV sexually to your partners when you're virally suppressed. And the side effects of medications today aren't as widespread as they were in the beginning of the epidemic. But for women living with HIV, there's recently been results of research showing that there's weight gain as a side effect that can date back for a few years. So having all of this information armed with you when you go to your healthcare providers or when you're going to a case manager or any type of support point in your journey, having that information helps equip you to have those conversations. I take research with me to my healthcare providers so we can talk about my relationship to food, my medical history, how does all that tie into living with HIV and what medications I'm on, so that we can determine what should be the best health outcome for me.
And Daniel, what other resources are available for people seeking more information?
Yeah, so resources for people who are, whether you're newly diagnosed or have been living for a while, and even for people, allies and supporters. Positively Fearless is definitely a website to go visit, to check us out. Within the page, you can find links and resources for more information on HIV and AIDS. Plus, there are 6 ambassadors that you can identify with, and there are connections to our personal social media pages that you can follow us, go check out what we're doing in our communities. You can ask questions and messages us. So we're definitely a good resource for people, whatever spectrum you are in HIV.
Well, I want to thank both of you for sharing your experiences with us, speaking out and living fearlessly with HIV, and providing that information for others. Daniel, please give us that website one more time.
PositivelyFearless.com.
Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
And that's it for this week. I'm Audrey Adams. Join me here next week for more insightful, intelligent, inspiring conversations and information to help you improve the quality of your life. It's all about the business of living. I'll see you next week.